Welcome to Session 3 of Unforeseen Heroes, a Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign. We're currently playing Rusthenge by Paizo, a level 1 to 3 adventure, with plans to continue these characters into a longer campaign. I am Fameless Vanarel, and I will be facilitating the game. The party is currently level 1, composed of Dezi, a halfling cleric, Libbiel, an elven witch, Daegron, an orc fighter, and Vanarel, a half-elf, half-orc ranger. Elder Ordwy of Osprey's Cove asked the four of them to journey with her to investigate the recent death of a stranger from the outskirts of Osprey's Cove, apparently from Iron Harbor. Upon reaching their siblings' settlement, they were met by Sister Vanda, a Gorumite guard for the town. Vanda asked Ordwy to accompany her to Stonehome to meet with High Priest Nor, to discuss the death of one of his priests who had fled during hallucinations. Ordwy and the party felt something was up, but Ordwy asked the party to go along with it and investigate the town while she met with the high priest. During the afternoon, the party met with many town residents, heard more about the past week's events that started with the arrival of a Thessalonian trireme named Swordfish, which has been uncharacteristically quiet. Usually, the Thessalonians arrive, make a big fuss, throw their power around, and leave, as if being here was beneath them. From Daryl, an ex-architect turned hermit, they heard about the unloading of freight one evening from the Swordfish to Rusthenge in the bay. That evening, at low tide, they investigated Rusthenge, found a pair of suspicious robed individuals leading an abyssal plant parasite wolf creature to the rusted spires. While trying to get closer to tell what was going on, combat ensued, and the party killed all present. They found a stairway down, but decided to leave that for after they met Elder Ordwy in the morning. After a long talk with Elise, the village alchemist, storekeep, and impromptu innkeep, they discovered that the town is worried about the silence from Stonehome. While the Gorumites can be overbearing at times, they are still the force of law and protection for the village, and usually there would be a couple of patrols a day, both in town and around the outskirts, that keep problems at bay. Elder Ordwy didn't emerge in the morning, and the party went to Stonehome to check on her, but there was no answer at the gates. Following a tip from Elsie, they followed a spring to a cistern that led up into Stonehome's well. Making their way through the keep, they found imprisoned priests and heard a story about the recent events in the stronghold, where the newly arrived Thessalonians gained the high priest's ear about needing to expose a sickness that was spreading among them, unleashing a strange-smelling mist that began rusting the armor and skin of those whose faith in Gorum was waning, or so the visitor said. After freeing those captive priests, they tried to escort them out of the stronghold when they were intercepted by a hideous creature, and they are now in the middle of fighting. So you can see on the map the current situation. It is beginning of round 2. Let me unpause the game for you all. And it will be Dezi's turn.
Yes, seeing as I believe the last thing that happened is Vanarel went to flank the enemy and got rather clobbered. Dezi's a little bit worried for Vanarel, so they are going to back away to the north to provide suppressing fire, of course. And we'll say, I've got you, Vanarel. Hold on, I'm gonna just move over here so I've got a better shot. So I'll move.
And remember, all the tables are pushed to the walls. You use them to barricade. Initially, the western wall. You had also barricaded the north, but those have been pushed aside a little bit. So I would say, going further north than you are now would be difficult terrain, because that's where all the tables are kind of pushed against the wall. Obviously, he came in from that side.
I will stop there, and then we'll use my last 2 actions to mutter some words, and a glow appears around Vanarel, and they are healed.
That would be the
end. You got him.
It is up next, and it definitely looks very angry at Dezi for having stolen that meal from it. It will stay on Vanarel for now, though. So it's going to try to bite you with that weird mouth made of thorns that it seems to have.
Okay.
It managed to hit you.
Sure did.
For 8 more damage, and you will need to give me a will save as you begin feeling all kinds of horrible thoughts intrude on your consciousness. You're struggling with doing something you would not normally want to do.
I'm already not looking or feeling my best with this, but let's see what happens.
You are sickened 2.
Already am. I think that's what happened last time.
I think that those don't stack, so it's not sickened 4, so you don't need to worry about that, which is what Foundry just tried to do to you. You're only sickened 2. And then it will reach out with its claws for a second attack on you. And that one will miss. And then it is going to... It's gonna step to there, making it harder to be flanked this turn at least. Libbiel.
I still have line of sight to it, so I'm going to not move, and I'm just going to cast a live wire.
I was going to say you would have some cover from you, so it will get a +1 on its AC, given that most of it is out of your sight.
And I will take
I should take the flat-footed off of it. Why is flat-footed on it? Does anyone remember why it was flat-footed? Did someone crit it last turn with a crit spec?
My snagging strike will keep things flat-footed to my turn.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm going to have to step into the room.
Okay.
Which is not what I wanted to do. I'm just going to move up to here and hit it with a live wire.
That will hit it.
Ooh. I was a bit worried.
It is still up. It does look very fried. It looks like that electricity and piercing damage is doing its, or slashing damage is doing its thing. You see the robe being kind of burned away, and more of this really bizarre looking creature to reshare the full artwork. It's losing the robe. Its skin does look charred. You can tell you've done a fair bit to it. It is now Daegron's turn.
Okay, as Daegron's turn starts, he kind of looks over and sees Vanarel's not in a great way, and he'll raise his axe over his head and try to end this here to save him.
That
2 on the hit.
That will hit. And most likely you can describe your kill here. Yes.
He just brings this axe down and kind of buries it right into this disgusting kind of split maw it has.
It falls to the floor. You do hear footsteps from upstairs.
Oh no. And the other prisoners are following us. Should we get them out or go back for the other people?
We're at the door.
Well,
Send
we
them
are
out.
this close as we are, so throw open the doors for them, and then we can run back downstairs. I think we'd have a better opportunity to ambush whoever's coming after us down there.
Dezi will just do a peek through the ceiling to make sure there were murder holes in the ceiling. I want to make sure nobody's going to get murdered.
Move yourself up there and give me a perception check. Yeah, you don't see any motion up in the floor above the entryway. The footsteps you hear sound like they're coming from kind of above this area, so kind of to the northwest. It sounds like some stomping and jingling and all kinds of kind of loud metallic noises.
Okay, they should leave, and yeah, let's see if we can rescue our friend. Vanarel, we'll get to you in a minute, but we got to get these people out.
I'm good. Let's stick to plan A.
All right.
So I think you had those people following you up. I think they were in the infirmary when the fight broke out. So you're kind of just waving them through and telling them to run through.
Yeah, they should know the way out.
They do. So they have run out. It's taken about another maybe half minute here. What
All right,
do you
let's
want
get
to
back
do?
downstairs. I think
Agreed.
we have
Let's see if we can go through that tunnel, because that's where we think that the Elder Ordby is.
Yeah. Trying to make sure nobody's bashing against these doors.
As we kind of walk this way towards the door and back towards the stairs, Daegron kind of turns and looks and goes, "Do you think Orwe might be held prisoner upstairs?"
I hope not.
We know the
They would-
blacksmith is to the west, but we saw that trail of blood, and I'm not sure.
Remember the prisoners told us that they heard dragging downstairs, so I want to investigate that.
Besides, I think the choice is down the stairs where nobody is, or through the hordes that are coming the other way.
Ugh, these things. Gross.
You remember down here is where you fought the two demonic dogs that were currently masquerading or camouflaged as cats when you were first down here. The door to the east was where you found the 3 locked up priests, and the tunnel to the west looks much more recent.
And I think we thought that somebody was dragged to the west because there was some blood on the ground.
Some
Is that
blood,
correct?
not like lethal amounts, not like someone was, at risk of dying from blood loss, but enough to give you a little bit of a swing you can track and follow and notice.
Let's head that way.
Downstairs?
I'm sorry, what was that, Libby?
I said, are you guys going to come downstairs?
I don't.
Oh, yes.
The
Sorry,
map switched in.
I moved the map before everyone was there. There we go.
I was moving slow anyway.
I wanted to let the stream see the downstairs, and I moved early.
I've got an elixir of life I can give you, Vanarel.
Yeah, sure. Well, there's those. We got some potions from those prisoners too, right?
Yes.
The other.
4 more in the inner.
Yeah, I suggest taking them, and because I have a couple heals left, but if we're going to encounter something else, I'd prefer to use those big heals in a battle.
Yeah, I
versus
think
having a
Daegron's
blood
gonna
potion.
pull the last one he has on his belt off and drink this too, just so they can keep moving quicker.
Actually, let me see if I've got something.
I'll take max healing.
That's for you.
Right. Thank you much.
Looking down the tunnel, you can tell it goes on for a couple hundred feet, slowly descending. As a result, you don't get full vision all the way. You can tell it's going to go for some distance.
Okay, this might sound a bit crackpot, but do you think this goes all the way to Thin Island?
Yeah, it doesn't sound very crackpot.
As he looks at the tunnel, does it seem like what do the walls look like? Does it seem more like a natural cavern that kind of leads, or more finely made, or?
Do we want to try to go for the blacksmith, or should we go after Ordby? Are we?
My
that
guess
deep in
is
part?
my guess is that Ordby is down. Like, they heard somebody being dragged that way. My guess is it would be Ordby, but it could be anybody.
It was
So-
recent. They knew it. At least it was recent.
And they're probably in the most danger, so I'd say we should probably go this way.
But again, we'd be leaving behind that blacksmith friend of theirs. So
I realize that, but we have to pick somebody to rescue, and I'm not sure if Ordwe's in danger too.
yes, I think Ordwe is our main concern because that guy they want alive anyways to maintain their weapons or whatever.
And I think he's behind the barricade we already erected in the direction that maybe the footsteps were coming in.
No. All right.
Fine with either. Ordwe may have wanted us to help the needy, but I
She's
would
not
take
here.
care of our own first.
She can yell at us later. Let's go.
Vanarel, you're still looking a little shaky. Did you want me to heal you?
Oh, pop another one.
Well, you know what? Hang on one second. I'm just gonna maybe duck around the corner here. I'm gonna try and get rid of at least some of this sickened condition, because
No.
if not all of it.
While you're
Just
trying
horrible
that, I will
noises.
answer Daegron's question from before about the tunnel. The tunnel looks relatively recently excavated. So the floor still would have lots of debris from, rocks. It's not finely worked stone by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, so yeah, he's like, well, this seems recent. Maybe this is where this rust stuff came from, and I think connecting to Rusthenge itself, that makes a lot of sense. Can he determine? Does it seem like it might head in that direction?
Initially, it's heading to the west here. If it was making a beeline for Rusthenge, you would expect more of a southwest,
Okay, yeah.
but it's not in the wrong direction, just not direct either. And Vanarel, you have not cleared it yet.
Vanarel, can you just get sick as we walk?
Yeah.
That's right, you can't drink the elixirs while you're sickened.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
I mean, yeah. I try to clear it. Maybe
Yeah.
start moving and spend an action every so often, and hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be done.
That's the hope. No one
I'm gonna pat
no
us back.
no one looked
hard as
behind.
I can.
Yeah, Vanarel's making a lot of noise, but not having much luck here.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna keep us stuck here forever. We'll move forward as we can, I guess.
Okay. It takes it's going to be a couple hundred, maybe a quarter mile, maybe a half mile eventually. And over that time, you can clear the sickened. That's long enough. It's going to happen automatically.
Okay. I will.
The path has dripped down for a while before it starts going back up. At the lowest point, before it started to go right back up, it did feel like there was definitely some water dripping from the ceiling. There were some puddles on the ground, maybe about 6 inches, maybe a foot deep in places. Not completely submerged, but definitely leaking water. And at the far end of the tunnel, let me put you all onto yet another map.
Vanarel, if you want to take another potion before we get there, if you're able to clear it, that might be worth it.
Okay. I'll move another one over to my.
You have arrived in now a place that does eventually, that unworked tunnel gave way to what looks like a very well crafted marble floor, stone, well fitted location.
Are you kidding?
Y'all, I feel great. It's okay.
Wow, they gave us some bad healing potions, I think.
I mean, I think they drank one of them. That might have been that.
They ate one of them for food.
Ate one of them. Sorry.
not the normal use of a healing potion.
When I crowd around this door over here,
Yes. A rusted iron door stands in the northern wall of this chamber. A series of symbols are embossed on the door, arrayed around a much larger shape that's been gouged into the rust, a spiked horseshoe. The door emits a strange brownish-red glow and has no visible handles, latches, or hinges.
do I recognize anything on this door? Does this seem
I was
somewhat
going to ask the
familiar?
same about that spiked horseshoe.
I can take a religion check on the spiked horseshoe. What languages do you speak, Libby?
Common, Aklo, Dwarven, Elven, Fey, and Halfling.
So you don't speak Thessalonian, but you do have some history of that. So you can give me a Zenedoril lore.
I have Thessalonian.
Okay, you have
due to
Thessalonian.
background.
In that case, yes, you can read the symbols. Says Skymetal Workshop. And you're not familiar with what the spiked horseshoe means.
Okay, so what can I remember about the Skymetal Workshop?
This was one of the two hypotheses you had on the surface about what this Rusthenge location could be. You thought it was either the Skymetal Workshop or a rune well. And you remember the Skymetal Workshop was a research facility for all kinds of powerful magical metals, things like mithril, adamantite, noquil, or calcium, all those kind of things were kind of said to be researched here. What connection those have with rust? Nothing about what you've read would have mentioned anything there. It would actually seem like that's kind of antithetical to what they'd be researching here. But you did remember that something about the Skymetal Workshop was mired in some form of controversy or scandal.
I'm going to relay as much of that. Just like this is some kind of like metal lab, and it was mired in controversy. Something happened here, and I don't have great records of what it was supposed to be, and just kind of convey as much of that to the party as possible.
Yeah,
Is
sounds
there-
like something's still going on here.
Yeah, is there the trail of blood we saw? Does it go through this door, or does it go to the west? Can we tell?
It goes to the door as best you can tell. To the west, you do see another more narrow hallway leading off.
I get really worried when a DM rolls just a d20. Let's open this door. He throws another
Maybe
one.
Daegron should take the lead.
Did I hear wrong? Does it not have any handle, anything to it?
Oh yeah. Maybe we can push it or something. I don't know.
Do a quick once over, make sure there's no traps or anything on it.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Nothing looks out of place to you.
Okay, he'll push forward against it, see if it opens.
Okay, I need you to give me a fortitude save as what looks like reddish brown smoke comes out of the door and starts to wrap around your hands. And you're fine. It does feel like it's scraping at you, trying to abrade your skin away.
He pulls his hands back as he does it swing open, or did it just kind of trigger this?
It does not swing open.
Libbiel, do you happen to know how this door might open? I'm gonna look at it without kind of examine it to see if I can maybe figure out how this opens, with maybe some detect magic going on here too.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna also detect magic at this with my seer elf ability.
As they're doing that, Daegron kind of steps back to give them room. He's going to
Just
go
so then
towards
chat
the
can
other
see what
doorway.
it looks like.
So, Dezi, you spot some hidden runes around the door that were not spotted initially, that you can tell is what's triggering this trap. And you think to both open the door and to disable the trap, you will need to either, get rid of those runes, probably with like thievery style things, or you think religion to offer a prayer to a, good deity of some kind could maybe override this for at least a short period of time.
Okay, well, I'm happy to offer a prayer to the those journeying and lost upon the road who need shelter.
If that doesn't work, I'll try to scrape off the runes with my my tools.
So go ahead and give me a religion check then, Dezi. That unlocks the door and, at least for now, disables the trap.
Okay, well, let's go, and hopefully I can offer a prayer on the way back.
Yeah.
Okay, Daegron will lead the way in. That's a little terrifying.
Just a little bit.
Let me pause 1 second. This wide hallway features a black marble floor and large murals on the east and west wall. Massive doors flank the hallway to the north and south. On the western wall, you see a mural of someone who at least Libby would definitely recognize, maybe the rest of you would as well, of Rune Lord Belmarius, standing victorious and invincible with fallen enemies all around. The eastern wall shows her triumphant over the other rune lords, who bow before her, groveling and begging for mercy. And there are 2 statues in this place that, no need to play coy, are going to come to life. They both look something like this.
Oh my god.
Manotars.
So let
All
me
right.
toggle
Well,
you
I
all
guess-
in. And go ahead and roll your initiative.
Oh, I don't know. Livewire is going to do much against these guys.
Let me take the door out of it. Up first, we have Vanarel.
All right.
You see the 2 statues of heavily rusted armor shaped like some sort of, it's not quite a minotaur, but it's very close to one. It actually is, the artwork is missing. They have like 3 or 4 more horns on, they should have each. But other than that, they do look very minotaur-like. And they're heavily rusted. They start moving. They stare at Daegron for just a couple seconds before starting to move threateningly toward him. And we're unpaused.
Okay, well. Can get up to one of them. That's good, I guess. Let's get to here. Just real close, like, so I can size this thing up. Starting to, I will hunt this as my prey. And let's try to turn this into a pile of rubble. I didn't bring these hammers along for nothing.
That will hit.
And if these happen to both hit, they do get combined for. Oh, never mind.
That was
last
why I
one.
was waiting to apply any damage until.
This is, yeah.
So
That is my 3 moving up.
Yep.
Hunt
You can
prey.
tell that barely hurt it. Like you left a very small dent in the armor.
Vanarel loses all hope in his eyes for a moment.
Dezi.
Oh no. Daegron, we don't need to question these ones. Swing away. And I will cast Runic Weapon on your axe.
Thank you.
And you know what? This seems like a good time to give you some guidance, too. Yeah, I hit that one really hard, I'll say.
Okay. And then it's Daegron's turn.
Okay, Daegron hefts his axe up and he's like, yeah, this will do. And he goes charging in. And he's going to get next to Vanarel to help him so he doesn't get ganged up on.
Did you grab
And
the
he'll
guidance?
swing away. Let me just drag that on. And he will swing at the one on the right.
That is a critical hit. And I believe, yeah, you have destroyed that one in a single hit. I mean, Vanarel softened it up for you, but
Yeah, and Daegron just kind of like hefts the axe and it looks at it. He's like, Dezi, you need to do this more.
Give you the thumbs up.
Then he'll turn and swing at the other one.
that is a regular hit.
Okay, for 14 points of damage. And that'll be all three.
You know, not all of that got through, but you also noticed that it's like losing pieces of itself now, and you think it is much easier to hit in the future now. But that one is up next. And it has no reason. You were the first to come in the room, so you're the first to have attracted its ire. So it is going to swing its glaive at you, Daegron. And completely misses. It tries a second time, punching with its... No, it's not going to use the gauntlet. I would have to drop the hand off the glaive. It will keep using the glaive. It missed. It will then back up to guard the door. Libbiel.
I'm going to. This is within the limit, yes? No, I'm going to step in the room. Okay. I'm going to attack it with the live wire. Throwing another small projectile of.
That will miss. So just the electricity damage, please. Which I don't think it does for you automatically. I have to look this one up, right? So that was 2 points. And yeah, he will not take any of that. So you stepped, you live wired. Vanarel.
All right. Well, I'll just step onto this pile of rubble that we and Daegron together took down as a team.
Group effort.
Yeah. Step up to this thing. I will stop this one up, designating this as my new hunt prey target, and hope I have better my strength this time, because it's not these guys. Prey.
You are slightly roboting. That was a crit from you, though.
I'm pretty good the first.
And it is now destroyed.
Yep, I rolled the. Oh,
We are out of combat.
So,
Dezi will say, I don't know if you want that weapon to last, but you want to open the door quickly, go ahead.
I want to.
Yeah, I think Daegron's moving for the door.
Yep. So, for guidance immunity reasons, how long did it take us to walk that tunnel?
Probably not the hour, but more than 10 minutes. I forget what the immunity time period. If it's an hour, it's not off yet.
It's an hour. So
Okay.
Just asking.
Yep. So I heard you're going for the door quick.
Okay, and then
Daegron, are you opening
Daegron
the
throws the door
door,
open
or-
and keeps moving.
Okay. Let me pause you again. A soaring domed ceiling, 30 feet tall in the center, gives this massive...
Oh my-
Let me actually move the map so stream can see it too. Oh, and also let me show you who's in the room here. There are some people waiting for you. There we go. A soaring domed ceiling, 30 feet tall in the center, gives this massive chamber a sense of majesty. Marble floors and stairs leading up to a centralized dais, drawing attention to the bloody stone altar at the center of the room. A twisted apparatus of strange metal stands atop the altar. Motifs of a seven-pointed star appear on most doorways and on all sides of the altar, as do images of spiky horseshoes of rusted iron. The room is brightly lit by over a dozen torches. And as you arrive, the people there quickly turn to face you. And the one in front holds his warhammer high in a salute. Actually, I have more artwork for him. Behold, our first supplicants to grace the rusted works of Tsar Azmak. He will then charge to attack you all. Let me get everyone here situated again. You can go ahead and roll initiative. Let me remove the dead things from initiative. That looks good.
Okay. So the runic weapon only lasts a minute.
Yes.
How long did it take to open the door?
I'm going to say we've used up 2 more rounds. So we used...
That's fine.
We,
It still should be
we've
6
used
or
up,
so rounds.
yeah, exactly. I don't think you're going to run out. What
I
is...
just want to preserve that buff between.
Yeah, plus, I mean, we're chasing a trail of blood, so, nobody got hit that last fight. I figured it might make sense. Daegron, apparently,
Just give me 1 second. I'm seeing one thing too many in the initiative tracker. Nope. Okay. Nope. This is all good. Okay. So make sure we can see enough on the screen. And up first is
All right.
Libbiel.
Was there someone on the table? I don't know if that got said. I missed it.
No, there's no one on the table. There is a weird metallic gears and spindles and rod apparatus on the table, but there's no person there, even though it does look like there could be at some point in time. There is blood around the table.
Are the gears working right now?
They are not currently moving.
Okay. I'm going to target this man, and I'm going to just. That's probably out of my range. Yeah, I'm gonna need to move forward. It's paused.
Oh. There you go.
Thank you. We'll move here and then the corner. Right here. Well, one problem.
That will hit.
The attacks. And here's the damage.
That rocks him on his feet. You can tell that was a very solid hit on him. And you can see him glance at his colleagues and like gain some courage from the numbers they have. And it is now one of theirs turns.
Okay.
It is... I think this one will try to get to Libby, who has come into the room. 5, 10, 20, 25. So it did take double move to get there. And then one swing with a dagger at Libby. And that is going to crit Libby. For 6 points of damage. And that was
It was nice to
whole turn. Another one of
take
them.
off.
The guy with the Warhammer in front is up next, and he is going to charge at the biggest looking foe, which I believe would be Daegron. Spouting some sort of, you wouldn't call it a battle cry. Where did I put my text? He is, as he's charging you, he says, my lord only needs to touch the Iron God to turn his armor to dust and leave him weak as a babe. Before swinging at Daegron with his, trying to do an intimidating strike on you. Looks like he hits with a 23 to hit. For 11 points of damage. And you would be frightened 1. Do you have anything that changes that? I know fighters can get that eventually. I don't know what level that starts at. You are frightened 1. And that was his whole turn. Up next is going to be Daegron.
Okay. He is going to, as he kind of gets slammed by this warhammer, roar back and try to do an intimidate check.
That is a fail.
Just, I think, pretty close to it, but a fail.
Yep. You see him smile, though.
And then
he at least seems to
try to
appreciate
make
your
use
attempt.
of this here.
Yeah.
And brings the next splitter down towards him with the runic weapon.
That will crit.
I'll take it.
It's working really well.
He's still standing, and that blow definitely rocked him a little. If he wasn't a dwarf, you think he probably would have stepped back, but, you know, he's calling on his dwarvishness to stay in place and take the blow.
And then, yeah, after he had gotten hit so hard, he kind of continues raging and swings it down like with a sloppy like second strike here on it.
And that one misses.
And just kind of slams it into the ground. And then he'll, that's all 3. He'll stand his ground.
Okay. Another one of the ones behind is going to, let's see, I think is going to head for Libbiel. Another double move to get there. A regular hit for 3 points of damage. And the third
Oh
one
no.
double moves and does the same. For another regular hit. 2 more points. Libbiel is still up at 1 HP.
Amazingly.
Dezi, who can't see what's going on in the corner there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Daegron just because. Yeah. Daegron, your frightened should have ticked down too.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, Dezi's like, oh, Daegron. Yeah, that looks bad. Here, let me help. Cast a heal.
Thank you.
And you know what? We are gonna shoot the crossbow at this one and see how hard he is to hit. This one being the big dwarf with the hammer.
He looks
Very hard to hit.
very hard to hit. Yeah, his defense is impenetrable. Vanarel.
Fane, I forgot also. It wouldn't have changed there, but he is off guard from any of my like regular hits. I do snagging strikes.
Okay. Will that affect anyone else?
No,
will be off guard for
nothing
Vanarel?
else would have changed.
Okay.
Yes, everybody is. It's off guard for everyone.
Oh, so I'll put off guard on him for now to help out with Vanarel.
There's the ability right there.
Till the start of your next turn. Perfect. Vanarel, you're up.
Okay. Well, he is off guard. That is very nice, but I think I saw a bunch of guys in robes run out of my field of view and then heard a bunch of stabbing sounds followed by several ows from Libbiel. So I'm gonna pass
Yeah, no, she screamed.
by
She
this
didn't
dwarf
say
guy.
ow.
He does not react to you passing
Even
by him.
worse.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So let's get to here. And this individual right here, I would like to shove him up against this wall. So I will do a athletics to see if I can clear a path for our witchly friend. Good Lord. I believe
you knock yourself prone.
I'm going to try and use a hero point on this
Okay,
one.
that is definitely fair.
That is. I would like to get. Oh, hey, twice as good. Okay, well.
Let's see. That is not a critical fail, at least, so you don't knock yourself prone.
These guys are sturdy. All right. In which case, I will simply just try to strike this guy once with one of my hammers. He's not hunted or anything, so. Just try to clock him once.
That will hit him.
Can you not do your flurry?
I have to hunt prey on them first, and I don't have the actions to do that.
Oh. Okay.
That still takes that one out. You bash him across the head with the hammer, and he slumps to the floor.
Oh. Cleared the path. Libby, please, right this way.
And Libbiel, it is your turn.
Libbiel's like, oh, thank you ever so much. Going to run her full speed, which is actually a little more impressive than she's been moving, to here. And she's going to finish that one off that she wired before. Die.
That will hit. That does finish that one off. You're over to the one going toe-to-toe with Daegron. He's going to just... let's see, he has more dialogue. That's this one. Iron will always be weak, fighting against the corrosion of rust. As he bashes at you with his warhammer. He'll do the intimidating strike again. He can spam that one. He will hit again. 21 to hit for only 6 points of damage, but makes you frightened one again. And he will then follow up with a second attack. And critically miss. For no effect. Daegron.
Fourth, he's going to try to end it here so we can help Vanarel. Brings the axe around again. Wow, this is gonna come back at me at some point. I don't like this anymore.
That is another crit. That's been 3 in a row for you.
It's the runic weapon. It does it every time.
Oh,
Yeah, clearly the rune was critical strike.
you completely cleave through his helm, and you actually see a smile as he dies.
Oh no, he's got a face too.
And then he quickly steps around to come help Vanarel here and brings the axe on this one. And I think just it hits the wall just right above this cultist's head.
And it's that cultist's turn, who just starts chanting, Zar Azmak, save me, Zar Azmak, save me. And looking between Daegron and Vanarel, thinks Vanarel looks like an easier target. Whether or not that's true or not, he does not know, but less armor equals easier target.
How dare.
And critically misses. Regular miss, and then strides away.
Well, Daegron's going to swing again.
He doesn't know that. Yep. And he gets away. Dezi.
Yeah, I think right now I'm not too. Let me move into the room and see the situation. Oh, there's only the one. Okay, well I'll close the door behind us just to head off any followers. And I'd like to recall knowledge on all of this stuff they've been saying, the Iron God, Zarik, Mach, all that stuff.
Sure. You can give me a religion check on that. I mean, Iron God is obviously Gorum. That you know. Zar Azmak, you heard that name before, and at the time you thought it was the name of some archdevil. Now you think it's the name of some demon lord. But one that you believe is dead.
I think that's a dead demon lord, not an archdevil. Either way, definitely bad. That's the end of my turn.
That was your 3 actions. And just to be clear, so you've closed this door. I believe the outside door was never closed. Is that correct?
I don't really want to touch that door, so that's correct.
Okay. After that, it would be Vanarel's turn.
All right. Well, Vanarel is going to come up here and place himself one in between this guy and Libbiel, and also sort of cutting off his escape route. I will hunt prey on him, and I will then sort of adjust the grip on my hammers just so. I would like to speak to this guy afterwards. I'm going to try and go non-lethal on this flurry. I feel like we have new people here who can possibly give us answers.
Daegron, you see, that's how you do it. You don't...
Pulls out a little notepad and writes a note and puts it back in his pocket.
Alright, so factoring in the -2 on these strikes, and that's maybe why I missed. Who knows? The first one does not look like it connects.
Nope. Neither of those will connect. You're actually pretty sure the second one would have if you had been swinging full force. Libbiel.
She just wants all of these guys dead. She's going to silently cast. Well, not silently. I think this is something. You must say something.
Yeah, all spells have verbal unless something's special about them.
But she's going to cast it with barely any emotion at all in her voice. She just wants them dead.
Looks like
Oh well, he'll take the electricity damage.
2 points. That's been applied. You have an action left.
And is it worth it? No. Going to raise a shield. All right. That'll be
Daegron.
the end of her.
Daegron's forward, and he kind of calls back to Dezi. He's like, "Should I miss?"
No.
And then he'll try to do non-lethal. Yeah, he took notes. This is what I was supposed to do, apparently.
Yeah,
And then
just like Vanarel, you can tell if you've been swinging with your normal approach, that would have connected.
he'll just keep trying.
That will hit. That doesn't have the -2 on it, though. Should it?
Oh, it should have it.
Okay.
I guess it didn't add it in.
It,
So
it will.
17.
It's still a hit, though. So okay, he is
Effectively
he is unconscious, not dead. Narrowly avoided killing him for massive damage, anyways, though.
Jeez.
So we are now. Let me take that. Let me take dead off of him.
Libby's
Oh.
going to take a deep breath and just let it go. He can live. It's fine.
And I'm gonna.
He's fine.
Let's see. Someone me award a hero point for the first hour of play. I'm going to give it to Libbiel for running in and being that much at risk there. There we go.
Ow.
And end the encounter. There we are. So I'm going to say at this point, enough time's going to pass that runic weapon is going to fall off. I think. I don't think you're rushing through
Yeah, no,
another room.
that's totally fine. We're
No,
not
we're
rushing
not
at this
going
point.
anywhere.
So you can click that off. And what are you doing?
I'm going to look at this altar thing. I want to find out what it's doing, what it's supposed to do.
Sure. Give me. I would take a perception check. I would take a crafting check on it as well, or an arcana.
I think I'm going to do the crafting or arcana. Arcana is her bread and butter, so let's go with that.
Be careful touching that thing. You're all cut up.
The cuts aren't on my hands. Everywhere else.
It's a.
This one's.
Go ahead, Dezi.
No, I was just going to say this one seems to have an interesting hammer on them. I'm not sure if you want to take a look. I can try to figure out what it is, but it'll take a minute.
Libbiel was looking at the device, and it's a complex device made of multicolored metal that resembles a combination of grinding gears, spider-like legs, and twitching blades, from which emits a constantly soft ticking sound. All of the metal in the device appears to be rusted or corroded. You can tell that this is designed to gather energy of some kind to power some form of ritual. Exactly how it works, you're not sure. You know that thievery or religion could be used to try to destroy it or disable it. Or you could try to just, bash it into broken pieces.
I'm going to first try the thievery thing, then I might ask for some help bashing it. We're going to try to disable this device.
We are back in initiative. As the device spins up. Unless you want to use a hero point on that.
You know what? I was thinking about it. I was like, let's just do it. Woof.
We are still in initiative.
Oh my.
Alright. I
Okay.
guess that's my initiative roll, or
Yeah, I'll use that as I'll just roll normally, but I will update it to be that one instead.
okay. Mine. Yeah, I'll take the lower result first.
Update participant to what you got.
16.
There we go. And let's see. Does it get a free thing off the first time? Let's see. It takes damage or an attempt to disable it fails. The apparatus begins to grind and churn faster. Its soft ticking whirls up to a discordant buzzing sound, and the entire thing begins to glow with an unsettling rust-colored light. All living creatures in the room experience the unsettling taste of rust in their mouth and must give me a fortitude save, which also will include the unconscious guy.
Well,
I have everyone selected. Is that why I got all those pop-ups? That's why I got all the
you know
pop-ups.
what? 0 point. I'm not taking a critical fail on that with 1 HP.
Okay, so Dezi, nothing happens to you. Vanarel, nothing happens. Oh, I have 2 for Vanarel. I think I rolled. Yeah, you rolled a success. I rolled a fail for you by accident, so mine doesn't count. Nothing happens to Vanarel. Daegron, you failed. You are sickened 1. Libby, you succeeded. So, looks like only Daegron was affected, and I need to roll for the unconscious guy. He is sickened 1. And Daegron, you are up first. You see this thing on the table spinning faster and faster.
Smash it, smash it, smash it, smash
He's
it.
going to apply the only thing he knows, and it's brute force. So he charges forward and brings the axe and tries to like jam it down into the machinery to try to stop it.
That will hit.
Full damage.
Only some of the damage got
Ooh.
through.
Okay, he's going to go again. Try to do something to this before it hurts anyone else.
You're bashing at this thing that's made out of metal, so it is fairly hard to... Oh, but that's another hit.
Another max damage.
Wait. Oh, it's the same damage both times, wasn't it? Okay. Yep, okay. It's still looking like it's spinning up. Dezi?
Desi's going to try a finer way of dealing with this. I think you said religion, potentially?
A religion attempt could try to disable it. It'd be 2 actions. Yes.
Sure, yeah. I will stride up next to the table and attempt to use my knowledge of religion to stop this thing from trying to murder us.
You can tell you were very close, but it briefly shines with a golden light before it resumes its spinning with this reddish dark glow around it.
I'm going to spend a hero point.
That is a success. It is disabled. We are out of combat.
Maybe don't touch it anymore. Let's just leave it. Just study with sight.
It was a thing, and it looked explicitly used for evil. I didn't want
that's
them
fair.
to have.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go sit down against this wall. I am done. Wake me up when we're done.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I mean? I'm sometimes bad at this.
She's just going to rest against this wall for a minute.
What's everyone else doing?
As Daegron kind of looks around, he kind of looks towards Vanarel and says, "Can you take a look at her wounds? Doesn't look too great."
Vanarel will nod, and after securing this this unconscious guy, we'll try to go help Libby out.
Daegron, can you block that door? I don't know how far our pursuit is behind us, but I'd like them not to be able to get in here.
Yep, he'll go towards the door, and if there's anything you need for him to when you're investigating this room, just call for him.
Dezi's gonna look at the table. Can I tell anything about what this? I mean, especially having seen it in action, what sort of thing it is?
You can give me, I'd say, crafting or arcana on that. I would take religion, but it's gonna be harder and probably give you less. But you can. It looks like it's designed to extract corroded energy out of whatever it's in contact with and store that into some form of offering energy.
You can generally assume if we're not in like crazy, insane situations, Dezi would share this with the party, so everybody will know about that. And I'm just wondering. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna guess blood might power this thing. It looks pretty messy around. I don't know. But maybe I'll listen to some of these doors to see if, I don't know, maybe they're prison cells?
Well, we do have the unconscious guy. We could ask him where the prison cells are.
You'd have to wake him up. You haven't done that yet. That is an option.
First, I'm going to try to heal up some of Libby's injuries, if I can.
Yeah, that's fine.
I did find that shiny new healer's kit, so.
I'll actually spend a minute trying to identify the hammer that was in our stash.
You mean 10 minutes? Unless you have something that's...
No, I do mean a minute.
You have quick
I have
identify?
quick identification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vanarel got a success there on the medicine.
Here, Libby, take this back. Bandage you up.
I almost hit damage. Oh, she died.
It is a +1 warhammer. He was
Yeah,
wielding.
Daegron, do you want this? It'll give you a boost to your attacks. And I don't have to cast Runic Weapon on it. It's not quite as good, but it should help.
For my axe, we can take care of it after, but I'll hold on to it. He just kind of slings it across his back.
Okay, or Vanarel could take it. I don't know what they prefer.
Yeah, if Vanarel can get use out of it, feel free.
All right.
So, Warhammer?
Correct. +1 Warhammer.
It's in the party stash now.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I'll because healing presumably takes 10 minutes, I'll go around to these doors and try to listen to see if I hear anything behind any of them.
Okay, give me, I guess, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 perception checks for that.
Also, while this is going on, Daegron is going to retch to try to clear his effect.
Given stuff's taking a minute plus, you can auto clear it. You'll be successful over 30 attempts. Let's see. So going around the room, what you're hearing? You hear nothing from the door you're at right now. You hear nothing at the next door counterclockwise. Nothing at this one. At this one, you do hear a heavy breathing of some kind of reminds you of like a dog panting. And nothing at this one. a smell from this one of latrines, of an outhouse, something of that nature. So you only got 2 bits on that.
I'll relay the information. I'm not sure if maybe we try those didn't sound like good sounds, like prisoner sounds, so maybe we try some of the other doors first. I don't know.
Well, I would assume we, talk to your prisoner.
Oh, right, yeah. We need to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody want to medicine them awake? Is that I don't know how this works.
Who wants to talk to them specifically?
That was my thought to maybe get some information.
You want to intimidate at them? Okay. I'm going to cast Discern Secrets on Daegron, so he can do sense motives a little easier. I hope.
Sounds good.
Okay. So you've woken him up, maybe poured some water on him, slapped him around a little bit, maybe a little bit of stabilized type of healing without spending real healing resources. He comes to, looks up, and he's kind of just staring. You can tell he's thinking, but he's not sure what to do.
Hey, friend, why don't you tell us what you're doing here and who you've brought? Who you brought in here?
We are working for the rebirth of the glorious Zar Zamak. Who knows the names of those we have brought? They do not matter. Zar Azmak will rule over all.
Yay.
Yeah, I think Daegron kind of like gives like semi steps on like his leg, and he's like, "There was a woman who came yesterday. Where did you take her?" And he'll do an intimidation check and try to bully him into it.
He definitely is looking a little panicked. You can see the pain in his eyes from you stepping on him. His eyes do glance over to the door that you heard the dog growling sounds at. But he refuses to speak.
Well, Vanarel, you wanted the prisoner. He's yours. And he starts walking across the room towards where that door was.
Seems rather fanatical. Maybe just knock him out.
Yeah. We will, I'll just, without a weapon in my hand, I will just clock him, try to put him out. And I guess we're going to make sure to take any of the weapons from him and these other people who we defeated.
I will mark him dead again just so you can access his inventory. Not that he has much, but there.
Well, they have daggers.
Yeah,
and that's even that I don't want them.
I was assuming you probably had taken the dagger away before you woke him up anyways.
Yes, but I'm thinking like if I leave him here, he will eventually wake up, and the other ones have daggers on them also. So I'm just gonna wait. They have 5 daggers each.
They throw them.
Yeah, the ones you fought at Rusthenge threw some. They were the same type.
My apologies. Which door was the sounds behind here? Top one?
The one to the north of where you are.
Dezi's just staying a bit south because I don't want to be right next to the action anyways. Vanarel, Libby?
Go on, Vanarel. I'll catch up. I'm still feeling.
Come on, I got his I got their weapons collectively out. So, and Vanderbilt will just stop for a second. You sure you're okay, Libbiel?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right, well, come on. We ain't gonna leave you behind fully.
She
No.
takes a second, just casts a live wire into the sky. He did not appreciate what they did to her.
So he is now dead, not just unconscious.
All right, we can go now.
Okay, he'll just take a quick look. Is there any more of those runes here? Like last time, that was gross. And he'll do a perception check on this door, and then if nothing, he'll open her up.
I can look too, just in case.
Daegron, you don't notice anything? Dezi, you don't notice anything either?
Okay, he throws the door open.
It's locked.
Huh. Well, anyone want to try to open this? Otherwise, I'll.
Yeah, I could give it a try. She's going to bring out her lockpicks again, and let's try to work this door open. She's been very good at this lately.
That will break a pick.
Ah,
Do you have any spares or no?
I think it only comes with one pick. Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Daegron, we might have to open this door the other way.
All right, he pulls a crowbar out of his pack and goes to try to force it open.
Okay, give me an athletics check on that. It takes all of your effort, and that just barely succeeds in unlocking the door.
Always bring a crowbar.
The growling sound intensifies from beyond.
Throws the door open here.
And pause, please. Let's get this ready. Go ahead and roll initiative. I'm not going to use the athletics for this one, so you'll have to re-roll this one. As this is what you see around the corner from you, Daegron. It's chained to the wall, but it can get to the door where you are. It cannot get to the far side of the room, where you see makeshift beds, chamber pots. You do see something scrawled on the wall in blood, but you can't quite make it out from here while this thing is growling in your face. And up first is Daegron.
Okay. Pause right now.
Okay.
So he will step up here and around it. Yeah, and with the diagonal, he can get behind it here. And he will swing his axe at it as he kind of tries to pull it off balance at the same time for a snagging strike. There's
You
the
miss.
rolls here for us.
Yes. Okay. That was
And,
everything, right? No, one more.
No, one more. And then he'll just kind of keep at that and try to set it up for someone else to be able to handle it.
That will also miss. It is up next. And it lets out a horrible, unearthly howl. You're pretty sure everybody in this complex knows you're here now. And I need all of you to give me a will save.
You're kidding me.
Daegron, you're unaffected. Libbiel, you are frightened 3 and fleeing for 2 rounds. Vanarel, you are frightened 3 and fleeing for 2 rounds. Dezi, you are fine. And that was its whole turn. Dezi.
Desi's moving into the room to check out the situation. I don't know I can do much about the frightened 3 and fleeing. What else do I see in here? Is there anybody, or is it just a bunch of broken stuff?
The stench from overfull chamber pots is overpowering in this vast, dusty chamber. The remains of archery targets, practice dummies, and wooden training posts lie sprawled across the room. It appears the components taken from these old furnishings have been used to build a few rickety-looking beds to the north. A feeble oil lamp glows in the center of the room, perched on an old sawhorse. And that's all you can see without spending, like, seek and search type actions in the room.
I'll call out. We're not with the people that brought you here. We're here to help you. 5. That's one move. I see that thing's on a chain. I'm gonna move up just past this fire here. There, looks fine. And I will just take a single shot at the dog thing.
That will miss.
So it's my turn.
Vanarel.
All right, that was too loud. They know we're here. We gotta get out of here. And I am going to try to exit. Like all 3 actions to cross the room to get to the door.
Okay.
Which is barricaded a little bit. I think we put some stuff in front of it, so not sure.
Yep.
Libbiel.
So I have to go directly away from the target, or do I have to just try to get out of the room?
Whatever fleeing would mean to you in this setting, I'm comfortable with people having different definitions until it's exploited.
I just went back the way that we came.
Yeah. That to me is the most obvious, but if in a panic you wanted to run through the rest of the complex, I also would allow that. That's probably a horrible idea, but I wouldn't require you to have to run directly away if you thought a better way of getting to safety existed.
Yeah, I don't think Libbiel sees the rest of this complex as a feather of safety.
I don't think so either.
So she's going to come here and open the door.
Okay. That was your 3, I believe.
Mhm.
Daegron, and you can both tick down your frightened 1 level.
Okay, he is going to kind of step out to get towards Dezi here. Actually, first, before he goes, he's going to attempt to do a trip maneuver. He like swings the back of the axe head at its legs to try to knock it on the ground.
That is a failure.
He's going to move away and just try to get towards Dezi as he sees that, as he kind of looks out the door and sees them kind of fleeing out the front of the entrance. It's like, Dezi, we're getting cut off.
Okay, so
And
that
then I
was...
think he'll try and intimidate, but he doesn't think it's going to do much on this thing, but no other third action. And that'll be all 3.
Okay. It is up next. 10-foot chain. It can get to Daegron. Could not get to Dezi. It is going to try to bite Daegron. And misses. It will try a second one. And it will hit for 14 points of damage. And I will need a will save.
Not great.
You become frightened 1.
You've had it too good for too long. I'm
Too
sorry.
good.
Yep. And you could tell if it had actions to spare, it would have been able to try to knock you down on that hit, but it does not have the action to spare. Dezi.
Okay, let's go after our friends. Daegron, maybe just swing your axe before we go. There might be people in here. I can see why they're hiding, though. I'm not fast enough to get very far, but I think I will try to pop a... Actually, let's recall knowledge on it.
Okay.
Religion?
Arcana, nature, religion are all equally applicable here. You do not know what this thing is. You can tell it is not a normal creature. Something about it is extraplanar, something about it is unusual, but you don't know what it is.
And then I'll double move out of the room towards our allies who are fleeing right now.
Okay. Vanarel.
Right. I'm still fleeing for the second round.
Yep.
So I know we did barricade this up a little bit. I think we just like slumped some of the bodies against the door. Is it still one action just to get this open, or more than one?
I will say 2 actions to get the door open enough.
Okay. Oh, big guy.
I think Libby opened it last time and that was fine. So I was going to cause a total of 3 actions. Libby spent 1. You've spent the other 2.
Oh, okay.
You have
All
1
right,
more action to flee.
Yep, that's gonna be my 30 feet to here.
Okay.
And that's me.
Libbiel.
I'm gonna pull out a torch so I can see.
That's fine.
Because like
That to me still matches, running away and not just fleeing into danger. I'm
Probably
okay
need to
with
pull
that.
out and light a torch, but yeah.
yeah, and I'm going to move up to meet with Vanarel, because strength in numbers, and I'm going to light that torch.
Okay. And let's see. So you light a torch, and let me put an aura on you.
Mm-hmm.
Light. So that would be dim 40, bright 20. You hear someone in the hallway ahead of you shouting out, "Who's there?"
She doesn't know what to do, so she panics. Can she sense motive of this, or is she out of actions?
I'll give you a perception check on that, but yeah, not going to do much more than that, of course.
Let's make sure this is hidden.
You can tell whoever it is someone who is used to being in a position of authority. A little out of breath. Sounds like they've probably been running. That's what she can make out from that. Daegron.
Man's or woman's voice?
Female.
Okay.
Daegron, clutching his side, just starts running as fast as he can out of this room. So he's just going to use all 3 actions.
Oh, I need to pick that down again.
Okay, yeah, he uses all three to run down almost 90 feet there. 80? And is kind of just like panting as this like massive wound from this bite in his side is just bleeding.
From around the corner, the two of you who are fleeing see someone you recognize come running here. Actually, I don't need to have her mystified.
Oh.
Sister Vanda is here now. She looks at. What are you doing here? What is this place?
You don't know? You're the one that took or we from us and brought her into this place, right?
I never
You're with
brought
them.
her here.
You're with them though.
Them? Who's them?
The cult that's down here.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Five diplomacy, go.
It went.
She's at least going to pause and wait until we see what else happens. We're still in initiative for now, so I'm not going to do prolonged role play until we're out of initiative. The dog, let's see, can get to. That's as far as the dog can get. It's standing right in front of the door. It's howling up a storm. It's no longer that weird, unearthly sound that made you all flee, though. Dezi.
Spend an action yelling, yeah, there were a bunch of, there's some dangerous table in here and some demon dog, and they're worshiping some devil called, what was its name?
Zarazmak.
Zarazmak. Yeah. And then you hear Dezi chanting a few things. I'm going to send some Holy Spirit damage at that dog, figuring it's probably evil.
And your shot
Very
goes
dodgy.
very wide. I'd say we can leave initiative here. You have gotten her calmed down, and you're out of range of the dog. So I'm going to end the initiative.
Do we still have to flee?
No, that
Or alive?
you had the 2 rounds you did the 2 rounds of fleeing.
Okay.
I believe you're still frightened 1. That will tick down one more time at the end of a short amount of time, but you are no longer having to flee.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know this place was here, Vanda? It seems... It's
You-
weird. You might want to look.
The prisoner said you were their second in command. How did you not know about this place? Come look at this horrible stuff.
She comes in to look.
Can we start with the part where you took Elder Ordwy? Where did you take her?
I brought her to the high priest. I have not seen her since then.
That's
Wait.
not him on the ground there, is it?
Yeah,
That-
he points his axe at him and goes, "You mean the high priest that was covered in rust and talking about rusting the Lord in iron?"
That is Nor. What? He was praising another god?
We're thinking Demon Lord?
Or
Right, Dezi?
devil? Yeah, something like that. Some bad type deity.
Whatever that. What was it? Zarazmak?
She like... Where's his holy symbol? Did you take it from him?
No, we didn't take. I mean, we took his shiny hammer, but I didn't touch anything else on him.
So he has fallen this low. What is he doing here? And
Well-
those other three They were once my subordinates as well. They have given up their faith as well.
And they stabbed me a lot.
There were a
Oh.
couple more on the island last night too. Not to distract you and shock you more, but we think there's some prisoners guarded by some sort of demon dog in that room back there. And we're all a little beat up right now, but we'd really like to get our friends out.
Yes. I don't know what to do. I woke up this morning and I no longer had a connection to Gorum. I think this explains why. What happened to the 3 priests in the basement? Did you kill them?
Links? What priests?
Well, the ones we let out, remember?
They are in the town.
Oh yeah. We released about a bunch of prisoners. They were just younger acolytes, right?
Priests in training, warriors, all the same to
Oh.
Gorum here.
They weren't training, they were being held prisoner.
Yes. Nor said they were failing in their faith. I always thought those 3 were the most devout of the new trainees, though.
That's probably how they failed in this guy's faith.
Feel like you're onto something. Keep going.
You said you let them go to the town. What about Trave, the blacksmith?
Oh, all
We
right.
haven't come
I
across him.
understand he's probably a friend of yours, but we're looking for our friend. And this is the trail that we understood that they brought her. So
Trave, as far as we know, was being held prisoner too. Listen, we'll help you get Trave out, but we need some help getting our friends out too.
this place looks evil.
She nods. I feel my place is back at Stonehome, starting to put things to right. But I can tell I have done you and yours a disservice.
I feel this place is a festering wound beneath your little hamlet.
Let me help you with this dog. Then I must return to Stonehome to start putting things to right.
Sure, if you feel like it.
Yeah, Daegron, do you want a quick heal?
Please, and he coughs like blood into his hand.
It's my last one.
Hey, it was a
And
good
the
one.
best one.
So she will begin, striding. The dog is still in the doorway. It's obviously what dog you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna take pop shots at it with my spells.
And yeah, once we're in range of pot shots possibility, we'll re-roll initiatives. That's probably about here. I'll let you get that close before you have to roll.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Vanda will be up there as well. Vanarel, do you want to be closer, or are you? Okay.
I trust Vanda about as far as I can throw her, and don't think I can go through that far even on a good day. So I'm gonna stay right behind her if
Got
I
it.
can.
Also, the dog's on a chain, so yeah.
Vanda is first. And Vanda is going to... Oops, have you all selected? I almost moved you all at once. That would have been funny. Vanda moves up. Let's make sure we can see what's going on here. And she is going to swing twice. Actually, she's going to swing once. And miss. And then is going to back up to block a door, but also allow others to get into melee. It is up next. It snarls, it howls, it's jumping and trying to pull that chain out of the wall. It's a rabid beast here, right, trying to get to you, and it can't. Daegron.
Maybe we just stay back here, Daegron. Or, take a swing and back up.
Yeah, he's going to actually step up, and he pulls a hatchet from his armor. And from there, it's 10-foot range. He'll chuck a hatchet at it.
That will hit it.
There's 7 points of damage.
It takes all of that. Dezi.
Yeah, I want to figure out about this Divine Lance thing, so we're gonna check out and see if it's evil. Or I guess how evil it is. I mutter some words, and a lance of pure light flies from my hands towards the beast.
That will hit.
Does Divine Lance not come with damage? Sorry, missed the damage.
That affects it. You see smoke begin rising from its body. You also notice, maybe because of that, as it's pawing at the ground in pain, you notice that its feet are not touching the ground.
Oh, it's a flying evil dog.
It looks like it was pretending to walk on the ground before, that disguise was disrupted by that damage there. You have one action left?
Oh, yeah, but not a lot. Oh, you know what? I can just shoot. No. I don't have, you know what? Oh, here we go. Guidance on Libbiel.
Oh, okay. Actually, I'm still in guidance immunity.
Oh, okay, then Vanarel.
I think I am as well. I'm not sure
The
how
whole
much
party might
additional
be.
time.
Fine. Then I'll pass.
Okay. Libby, you're up. Your frightened should be gone, so I'll take that away.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to hit it with the live wire from just back here. There's no reason to get closer.
That will hit, even with the point of cover for shooting through Daegron. You're chipping away at it. It still looks like it's more alive than dead, though. You have one action left, Libby.
I'm not going to take any action with it, so next.
Vanarel?
It seems almost a little mean to sit here and peg it from outside of its reach, but this thing was scary, so I don't think I have that much of a problem with it. I will move up to it. Right to here. And to make sure I can still get away from it, I'm not going to hunt prey on it, but I am going to try this shiny new Warhammer. Give it one solid shot. Well, attempt to give it one solid shot.
That will hit.
I will successfully give it a solid shot.
It lets out a whimper, and you can definitely tell you've done some serious damage to it at this point.
Okay. I will step away from this thing for my third action.
Vanda is going to stride up, strike once. Hit it. And is she going to back up? I think she is going to try to... Would she go for the kill? I think she would. She,
Follower Gorum?
yeah.
Oh, Gorumites.
She was, the first round being tactical, but now that her blood's up in the fight, she's in this fight now. She's staying there. And misses. It looked like it was going to retreat, realizing that it couldn't hit you all, but now that she's right there, it will bite at her. It hits her. She needs to make a save. She saves. It then tries to knock her down. That is going to be a critical trip. So she trips and falls and takes 6 more points of damage. And it will go for another bite then. Why the heck not? And miss. Daegron.
Okay, seeing as Vonda falls to the ground, he is going to use reposition and grab the back of her cloak and pull her out of range.
Sure. Give me an
And
athletics
I
check.
think he can, I think he can move her. He's going to aim for right here.
Okay. Are you saying anything as you do that?
No, I think he's just like out of the way and pulls her back.
Okay. So that is a success. You can move her up to 5 feet.
Okay, then just back here.
Yep.
One back is fine.
It wasn't enough to have her treated as if she was a willing ally in that. So I'm not giving her the boosted degree of success because she still wanted to kill this thing. But
And then he'll step forward and with the other hand swing the axe down and try to finish this thing. And just like hits the top of the door frame. And that'll
you
be
just
all of his.
barely miss. Yeah, just barely miss. Dezi.
Why are we stuck? Just let's shoot it from afar. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. It didn't like the holy stuff. Let's do that.
That is another hit.
Last action. Let's cast. I'm gonna actually try to seek into the room, given we can see, and see if I see any movement behind that dog.
Okay. Give me the perception check for that as you look into the room. You're not seeing any motion in the room, aside from the flickering of the lamp.
It's a little far, but okay.
Libbiel.
Sorry, I'm just going to try to finish off with my little spell. I understand there's like a cover bonus.
Yep.
From?
I'll just apply that. Don't need to worry about it.
Okay. I miss.
That will miss. Still get the electricity damage. Which was
Ooh.
4 points, it looks like. Yep. One more hit like that, you think we'll finish it. Vanarel. Oh, sorry. Do you have a third action, Libby?
No. Other than griping about Gorumites.
And orcs, not just
As you
Gorumites,
should.
but also orcs.
Alright, I will try to finish this thing so we can get in this next room. I understand that I'll be attacking around a corner, so if this thing has cover or whichever, that
Yeah. I'm gonna give it
makes
probably.
sense to me.
I'm probably gonna give it 2 points of cover between Daegron and the hard corner.
Sure. So I'll move to here. I will size it up as a target of my hunted prey, and I will try to flurry on this thing. Just end it, whatever this thing is. It was terrifying once, and now this just feels odd.
That's a hit.
19. Okay.
Oh, nope. That's a miss with the cover.
That's okay. Yep.
Okay, that was your whole turn.
That's me.
Vanda is going to stand up. What's she gonna do? Yeah, horrible idea. That sounds like her. She's gonna try to reposition Daegron.
Nice.
So what is your fort DC? Looks like she's gonna get that.
Yeah, she'll get it. I'm 17.
And then she only has one action left, so she's gonna throw her greatsword at it. As I said, bad idea. But so that's gonna be. I need to roll this manually. Oops, I rolled that as Daegron. I did not mean to roll that as you. And that will miss. That was her turn. It has 2 choices of targets, both of which are hard to hit. One will be Vanarel, 2 will be Daegron. It likes Daegron. It's bit you before.
Yeah, it's got my taste.
It's going to try to bite you. It will crit you.
That's dying too.
And we get another hero point to give out. I think I want to give it to Vanarel this time around.
I'm out of heals.
So Daegron is dying too. And so Daegron's initiative moves to right before it. It has 2 actions left. So it's going to go for Vanarel. Misses and tries again. And misses. Dezi.
Okay. Yeah. I guess, I mean, I'm gonna try some needle darts at it. I will chant some words and point when one of my crossbow bolts kind of fires independently of the crossbow.
That is a miss.
And I will stride to there.
Libby.
Libby sighs and just throws another live wire at it.
That's a miss. We just get the electricity damage, which was 1 point this time. That was the only damage this round.
Wow.
1 action more, Libby.
Just going to shoot over so she can look at this thing.
Vanarel.
Right. Well, Vanarel is going to step into the hallway so he can see this thing unblocked by doorways and such. He'll just shout out, like, we got to get a potion into Daegron. And I'm going to flurry on this thing, hopefully without any penalties this time.
That's correct. No cover.
Nice clear shot.
That's a hit. And that will finish it. I'm leaving us in initiative until Daegron is not dying. I think you have 1 action left, Vanarel?
I do. So the potions are in the stash, so I don't know exactly who has
Yeah, if they're in this
those.
if they're in the stash and not on a player, I'm going to require 2 actions to retrieve them rather than 1
Okay.
because we're not knowing who they're on.
Right. So I've got 1 action left. I will just I'll just do a seek into the room just to make sure that I know that Dezi was looking earlier, just to make sure there's nothing else that's gonna sneak up on us or anything. I will do that. Perception.
You don't see anything else in the room. It's becoming eerily quiet, even with the loud noise of the bay from earlier that you think alerted everyone here. You're not. It's eerily silent. Like you don't hear people running here. You don't hear doors opening and closing. It's very quiet. Vanda. Vanda is going to walk past you, pick up her sword off the ground, and stab it into the remains of the creature. Daegron, and we need a death save. Recovery trial.
As with a hero point, I had too many crits earlier. I'm not going to tempt fate.
Okay, so you're using a hero point to stabilize. So that does not increase your wounded. You are no longer dying. I believe you are still unconscious. No, yeah, does not give you doesn't give you back a hit point. But you are stable. We can leave initiative.
Sounds good. I'll pull out a potion and give it to you, Daegron, from the stash. You can just grab it and use it.
Okay, yeah.
Dezi will also walk in the room and kind of call out at this point, Ordwy, are you in there?
There's no response. Vanda will... Oh, Ordry is the one... Oh, that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
we came with her, remember?
I'm sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing.
What right thing?
Bringing her to meet with our high priest. She was an emissary of another village. That's only polite to show respect to the leader.
Dizzy's going to start searching the room for Ordwy, kind of half listening, but is more kind of distracted by trying to find the elder.
Yeah, give me a perception check in here. You don't notice anything in this room.
I'm gonna try to get in there. Just like, get me through.
Yeah, I will head out.
Yeah, Vanda is going to, gesture back to her sword stuck in the dead beast. If it helps you, it's yours. And she goes to start heading back to Stonehome.
I'm gonna use certain secrets on myself for once, and I'm gonna seek for Ordwy in this room. Ordwy, are you in here?
Let me just drag her sword to the stash before I get her off the map here. Let me see. Well, there's no answer from Ordwy, but you do find a note underneath this bed, written in blood, that says, Her has fallen to the cult. Warn Osprey Cove. I fear they'll soon take me below. And it is signed Ordwy.
All right, I'm gonna bring the note back over to everybody. Okay, I find this note by Ordwy. Gonna step over this dog's body.
How straight below? How do we go down? thought we were kind of lowest.
I don't know, but we need to find her. Before anything bad happens to her, we need to.
I realize that, but I don't know how you're doing. I'm not doing so high. I mean, I'm health wise. I'm out of spells though to help find her.
We're torn up pretty bad, and this thing here, kind of half motion to the canine on the ground. Pretty sure that its howl let everyone know that we are here now.
Yes, and so we need to make a decision. Do we let them have a night while we lick our wounds back in the town? Or do we press on before they can do anything worse?
Well, I think there's a middle ground here. We could at least try to heal up in town first, and then or somewhere before pressing on immediately.
However,
I'm not really comfortable with that.
one thing that might change that, you have just reached level 2. So we can level up here. As mentioned, you will get your new spells. You will not get your spell slots back till you rest. So that will give you a little bit more staying power, possibly. I know it doesn't help with the healing font issues, but you just hit that threshold. So we'll take some time to level up, and you get your new hit points back. You don't heal the full for the hit points you've lost, but you still get some bonuses. And let's hear what people are choosing from their level ups. If anyone already knows and can instantly start chatting through what they're doing, please let us know if you need a couple of minutes.
I can go with mine.
How
So
does one
for
level up?
Daegron here, he's going to be looking to be a little more defensive on the front line. So he's going to take dueling parry for his class feat, which will let him get +2 bonus AC whenever he raises it, almost like a shield, just can't use it to mitigate damage afterwards. And then for skill feat, owing to him being sailing for a little while on a private ship and being a mercenary working for them, we'll see if it's useful. But he's going to take underwater marauder so that when he uses his axe or anything else in the water, he doesn't suffer penalties on it. And then a bit more health.
Dezi has been fascinated by Elsie's practice of crafting, so we'll actually be picking up alchemical crafting. They can't do anything with it immediately, but in the future it might be handy. And also, I don't think you'd actually notice or any differences. I will say, kind of out of character, I am taking the witch archetype, but right now, that's given we're in a dungeon. I don't think my familiar is going to be wandering down here anytime soon. So,
Well, Vanarel has been fighting some really weird stuff down here. He does not know exactly what all of it is, but he's starting to take small notes. So, for second level, he's picking up Monster Hunter. It'll give him a little bit of a chance to get just a recall knowledge on his prey. Whenever he uses the hunt prey action, he'll get a free recall knowledge. And to kind of boost and back that up a little bit, he's going to expand. And I think I'm going down the right road here with the skill feat. I'm going to take skill training to broaden his horizons a little bit. It feels like I've been hearing a lot of occultism rules for knowledges down here. So I'm going to pick up that skill training and occultism.
And Libby, do you have any choices to share with the group?
So it's been a while since I've handled my own through this stuff.
No problem. What do you need help with?
Well, do I get any skill ranks for level 2?
Level
I think it's int plus something.
Level 2, I believe, is a skill feat and a class feat.
Yes, I meant skill ranks.
Skill ranks are at the odd levels.
Okay, so I can't qualify for anything that's
only rogues would typically
expert level?
only rogues would typically get an expert by level 2 because they get skill ups every level.
Okay. Because a lot of the things I was looking at require expert, so I'm going to have to look around for a minute.
Okay.
Or, you know, we could always go with archetype, actually.
Well, it looks like you're still thinking of enhanced familiar for the class feat, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But there are some archetypes that would give you expert in a skill early, if that really is critical for a skill feat you need. Um,
Well, the aura site I was thinking about grabbing, it would need expert in occultism.
I don't know of an archetype that gives you that. I know like medic gives healing, gives medicine early. I think there might be a crafting one that gives crafting early, and I know acrobat I think gives acrobatics early. I don't know of anything that gives occult early.
That's all right.
I'm also fine if
Um,
you want to, leave enhanced familiar there for now. Leave the skill feat empty and fill it in between sessions if you don't have a great idea and you want to do some research. That's also fine
I might be looking through it on
as we
in
play.
between turns today.
Yeah. Okay. So the party has
Alright.
gotten a little bit more capabilities, a little bit more health, a little bit more staying power. I know you're still short on spells. What do you feel like you want to do at this point?
I mean, at the very least, I think we might want to check these rooms around here to see if there's anybody else being held.
Vanarel, can you patch us up before we go?
Yeah, I can give it that shot. Yeah, you're a little beat up from that thing, ain't you? Hang on a second. Let me get out the healer's kit here. This thing has a lot of shiny new toys in it, so.
I'm going to move you all just one square away from the wall because it's occluding tokens in a way that makes you harder to see.
Okay.
We're not tactically relevant right now.
Alright, here. Daegron, this is. Hold still. Oh, yeah.
That's a success on the treat wounds.
Yeah. Bandage
Nice.
you up there, Daegron.
Well, I'm good to go for a bit longer. We can at least check some of the rooms in here.
And Libbiel would also definitely notice the iconography on the floor of this. You know that the 7-pointed star, the Sahedron, is the symbol of the Rune Lords.
Yes. Unfortunately, this whole area seems to be about the Rune Lords, which
Yeah, strange. I didn't think Gorumites would want a lot to do with the Rune Lords, I guess.
I
Being
don't
from
think
around
this.
here.
I don't think this is the Gorumite structure. We need to find our way down, though.
Well, we can start checking these doors.
Do the Rune Lords have any attachment or connection to that Zazmak guy?
You can give me a Zen Edrasil lore. I could take a society check on that as well. Anyone has any sort of history, Thessalonian lore, I take any of those.
Yeah, I'm not exactly the one to have the answer to that. It seemed to be a good question.
I mean, Libbiel knows that the Rune Lords are not opposed to using demons and devils for their own benefit. They often do see themselves as, above such notions. However, you do know they often would have at least respect for Demon Lord class entities, and would treat them as possible allies or equals, depending on the situation. But you're not familiar with any particular association with Tsar Azmak.
Yeah, I don't know anything specific that might have come up, but I wouldn't be surprised if any of them had a connection to them. They generally saw each other as peers or something. Let's
Yeah, I guess we'll
Alright.
find out.
All right. Daegron will throw this door open.
Okay. You see a long hallway ahead of you with 2 sets of side corridors branching off and a door at the far end.
I guess deeper straight in.
Possibly, and he'll lead the way and start and go down. Not necessarily quiet, but he's listening and moving slowly just to try to see if anyone's waiting to ambush them. Check these rooms, and he'll step ahead and kind of hold the hallway here.
You see a
right
few
close to the door.
You see a few bedrolls laid atop a flimsy mattress of dry grass. That's what you see. Same.
Maybe with
Same thing. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Vanarel, since you actually
He'll do
went in
same
the
thing
room,
again.
Yeah.
there is some coins, some weird knickknacks scattered around that room.
Oh.
None of the coins look like ones you've ever seen in circulation before. They are mostly stamped with Belimarius's face.
Huh. Alright, decent to collect and put them in the stash. I mean, coins are coins. They're probably useful to somebody somewhere.
I'd like to take a look at them maybe later. It's not important right now. We should press
Yeah.
on. Go ahead.
Same thing again.
Identical rooms, and all the
Same
treasure was, that's actually the combined treasure from the 4 rooms that you already got.
Ah.
you can go ahead, Vanarel.
And he's
if you
going to
can, go
step
ahead.
forward and check the door.
Give me a perception. You don't think this door is locked, but it does feel like it might be braced from the far side. And you hear kind of a croaking, a loud sound that almost sounds like a language to you on the far side.
Vanarel, mind switching before Daegron opens the door?
Swapping with you?
Sorry, yes, swap place.
Sure, yeah.
And I think he'll pound on the door and say, "Open up. If you're not friends of the cult, then we're friends of yours." And he'll see if there's any response. And if not, the crowbar's coming out.
You hear kind of in a strangely accented common, "Lying liars lie."
Okay, well, I'm gonna open it up, I guess.
Go ahead and give me a athletics check.
Yeah, he's gonna start. If anyone wants to say anything as he's pulling his crowbar out, they can, but that's what his plan is.
I think I'm just fine with that.
That was exactly what you needed on this one.
Yeah.
You can open the
This
door.
crowbar is already paying for itself.
That's 2 doors in a row. One very hard one. One was a 25. This was only a 20.
And as he kind of like cracks it, he goes, "If somebody swings at me, I coming in, I can't be held liable."
And you see 2 creatures. Let me actually miss.
And I will say, since he heard them talk, he doesn't have like his axe at the ready, like trying to swing. He's coming in like with his one hand up, kind of trying to at least make some sort of positive interaction.
Oh,
Ooh.
they've definitely stepped toward the door. They have their weapons raised, but they have not initiated a swing. We are not yet in initiative. What are you doing?
He's kind of like puts his hand. He's like, "Oh, whoa, hold on. We just came in here to rescue our friends that were held by the cults. Have they trapped you here also?"
Give me a diplomacy check. You tricking us. You want our treasure.
Look at him. He's not covered in rust like the other guys.
You can
He
give
also
me
hasn't started smoking.
You can give me a diplomacy check as well from the back there, Libbiel. You know this is the last check you will get here.
Here it goes. Blind, right?
How do you keep rolling the exact number? They look a little puzzled, and one of them says to the other, "Get Gurga. She'll know what to do." And one starts kind of walking/hopping away down this other corridor to the west, calls out for Gurga, who will come and join you.
What is a Gurga?
Daegron, can you move one square? Because I'm trapped behind you.
He's as Daegron's saying, he's like, "Do you mind if we step in?" And he kind of like gestures over to the side of this, and then does it anyway.
Oh, where did Gurga go? I did not make Gurga visible. There we go. So a more regal-looking frog humanoid comes into the room, kind of like an albino frog in appearance, and is staring at the four of you. She stares at the other two. "Why you call me? They humans. Get rid of them." And the other one says, "They say they're okay humans." Gurga stares at you all.
I don't think any of us are human, but we're not with the cult. We are looking for a friend. They said they left us this note, said they were down. You know the way down?
Yes, down. We want to go down. Can't go back. They've blocked us.
Oh,
I mean,
you
they're
can come
dead
with
at the
us.
door.
Oh yeah, you want to go out? You can do that too.
Who blocked you?
The humans. We were here first, taking all the shinies.
Oh.
They arrived.
Okay.
We locked ourselves in here. Can't get back home.
The door's open.
No, home, down.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
we want to go down, and we want to kill all the humans down there.
Which way is down?
Except
That
for one.
way? That way?
Maybe two.
They point through this hallway here. If you want to move yourself up to here so I can show you on the map a little better. At the end of this hallway, she's telling you to go through the double doors here, and that there's a secret door in that room that leads to a room that leads down.
Gonna have to move the stream over so
Yeah.
that they can see.
So she's describing that there is, a secret door in the room right past these double doors here that go further west. There's a secret door on that back wall that would give you access to a room with more shiny things and all kinds of cables and wires that leads down to
We
Black
don't really
Light.
want the shiny things, but you want to help us? You can stay up here until you stop hearing people dying. It might be us, though, which is the problem.
We wait here. Give you friend badge.
Friend badge.
Friend badge.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not actually on the list here. Never mind, let me hide that. That's not. Is there a loot for the friend badge?
I'm all about a friend badge.
So they craft some badges made of a chip of stone, some glowing mushrooms, some rodent's teeth, and a sticky brown substance you really hope is mud. They say as long as you have these, the other frogs will not attack you.
All right. I'm gonna gather the 4 of them up and pass them out to our friends. Just
Thank you for that.
gross, but wear
Clip,
it.
clip one on my tunic here and just, look presentable.
Yep,
I-
Daegron slaps it on the front of
Why is
his
it
armor.
squeaky?
And
I hand mine up
these
to
quickly close this other door and re-barricade it.
I hand mine up to Bia. Here, hold this and put it on the hat.
Libbiel, you also, so I guess, all of you walked past that room, but the room to the north here, you see a mud floor that looks like it's been recently torn up from the flagstones, and like rain falling from a device in the ceiling.
Oh,
The room is now full of falling water and the pungent smell of mold. It's a very moist and damp chamber. Dripping rills of what seems like an endless supply of water trickle like rain into a large mud-filled basin in the broken stone foundation. A series of
Very-
glowing runes are clustered on the eastern wall.
Can I read the runes?
You
Do my
can,
best.
you can tell that they are Thessalonian runes, but you'd probably need Dezi to read them, or you could try an Arcana, Nature, Occultism, or Religion check.
I'm gonna hit it with an Arcana.
I'll come back and try to read them before we go through the door.
Sure, Libbiel
Desi,
can't
can you make
can't
heads
tell.
or tails? I should have rolled that private.
Dezi, you see two. You can tell the runes are three different words: off, hot, and cold.
Off, hot, and cold.
Hot and cold.
Oh, hot and cold. Oh, okay. Hey, frog friends, did you want this water going in here? Are you enjoying the little wetness?
Oh, it's very good. We don't have our lake
Okay.
here. This is very good.
Yeah. Do you want like hot water or cold water?
You can change it.
Yes. I think.
And do you try to teach them how to use the runes?
Oh yeah. Desi will spend like a few minutes showing them the runes, the 3 shells,
Oh,
whatever.
they get so excited by that. And in that case, they actually will give you the treasure that they had in the other room,
Oh, okay.
which
Everyone
I'm going to
appreciates
say
a
is
good shower.
already identified. So there is some blue dragon poison, caltrop snare materials, shrinking potion, violet venom, and a wand of heal rank 1, who I see was quickly grabbed by someone.
That's already gone. I don't know where that went. No, yeah, I mean,
Before you get
yeah.
I
too
see a
excited,
hero
it was
point
blue
being.
dragonfly poison. So, dragon.
I do see a hero point for Libby from chat.
There you go.
Thank you, Draconic. The party really appreciates it.
Really?
Oh yes.
And it was dragonfly, not dragon, so that hopefully is a little less scary.
Yes. Although blue dragons, I wouldn't know if they had poison. Pretty sure they don't.
I hear some doors opening. That
Yep.
was
As you guys are kind of like looting that stuff, Daegron kind of like just leans over and pushes the one door open the way they're going to be going.
okay. Yep. It's they told you it was a double door. You're not surprised to see that it's 5 feet to another door. You would hear some noise to the room to the south of you as well. You would hear chanting now that you've been here longer. Dagon probably hears it coming from the room to the south.
He kind of like leans his head back around the corner as they're like talking to these frog people, and he says, "What's in the door down there?" And he points down the hallway.
Tables? Benches? Weird circle on the floor. And a pool.
We hear chanting.
We're here to get the elder though, and we know that they took her down, so
All right.
maybe
Before
we save that for later.
Before we go down, for sure, I want to take Bumblebee over here and use the scent ability. See if I can smell our friend.
It's a good idea.
So the perception, yes?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. So, what type of thing do you think Bumblebee can make out with her senses?
Well, she has the scent ability, and we're good friends with, or we, at least, we've lived in the town for long enough where I'm sure we know the smells of the elders.
Okay. You don't. Bumblebee is definitely smelling odd things in that room. Something that she doesn't seem to like, but doesn't seem to be implying that Ordwee's behind that door.
Okay, well, Ordway's not behind this door. I'd maybe recommend them to barricade the shit out of this door. Um, but like, let's press on. We need to go down.
Go ahead, Daegron.
Yep. Daegron will step forward and start moving towards where the secret door was.
I'm gonna go warn them about barricading this door.
Okay. The stone shelves of this storage room are largely empty, with only a few empty bottles, rusted tools, and blank stone tablets now sitting on the musty shelves. Muddy footprints trail from the eastern door to the shelves on the western wall. The muddy footprints look obviously like the boggards, or the frog people. You already know about the secret door, so I don't need to make it secret. Shouldn't be locked either. Let me unlock it. I guess that's the two states, locked or secret. That doesn't. There. I've opened it. There's another door at the end of the hallway. While Daegron was fooling around with that door, I can take a perception check from everyone in the room.
Okay. Is it scent based, perhaps?
No.
Okay.
Maybe Bea can see if Ordwe came this way.
I'm just going to leave that in the background, and maybe if Bea picks up the scent.
Libbiel, you
Absolutely.
spot that one of the what looked like empty bottles was actually full of something, of a clear liquid, so it just looked empty.
Oh. And identifying takes
10 minutes.
minutes, right?
Yep.
I can do it in a minute if you want. If you want to spend a minute.
She holds up the weird bottle. Do you think this might be a healing potion? I give it to Dezi.
Is it magical? First off,
It is
Not-
magical.
Okay, and I will try to identify it.
Yes, that will succeed. It is an invisibility potion. So it's not surprising that the liquid inside is invisible.
Oh, yeah, this will make you invisible.
Oh.
Maybe good
Well-
for, I don't know, Vanarel, Daegron. I guess Libbiel, you could use it too, potentially.
Okay.
Useful in case about three people rush you again.
I'm gonna hit the loot. The loot button doesn't work. Guess
I think the loot button might only grab money. Or that might just be labeling it. It might not be a button. That might just be saying this is a loot actor.
Could be. All right.
Okay.
Come on.
And then, Daegron will go to the door and he'll keep moving forward.
And you do see... Oh, no, you don't. Oh, yeah, you do see a hint of someone. We pause you there. You see something you have fought before.
Oh.
Looks a little different.
These.
Let me give you some box text for this room. A sluggish clicking sound fills the air in this vast chamber. A wide, rusted metal cylinder stands in the northeastern corner of the room. Long cables and articulated armatures attach from the cylinder to cube-shaped devices with ticking gears and monotonously clicking weights that swing in lazy circles. Just west of the metal cylinder, a copper cauldron stands on a rusted iron stand One of the legs has bent, growing weak from the encroaching rust. Fire under the cauldron has burned down to mere embers. In the southeast corner of the room sits a stone basin holding a broad sloped leaf bowl with runes carved along the outside rim. Across from the basin in the southwest corner is a wooden cage built into the stone floor. Chalk-drawn runes surround a circle of chalk drawn around the cage. In the northwest corner, an empty bookcase stands against the wall behind a staircase that descends into darkness. And there are 2 creatures in this room. You can see one of them. And we are back in combat. Toggle you
Daegron,
on.
hold on. I got something for you.
So go ahead and roll your initiative. And up first. So let me...
Daegron, you mind if I go before you?
Yep, no problem.
Up first are these guys. And the first one of them to go is the one that you can't see. What does it want to do to you? Yeah, it's going to... One stride to there. One stride to there. And it will try to bite Daegron. Because that worked so well for his now deceased buddy. 11 points of damage. And we need a will save from you. You are frightened. No, you are sickened 1. As you are assailed with sinful thoughts of avarice, not avarice, but more envy. All types of everything else other people have, you want. And it is your turn, Daegron.
He's kind of like holding his head, he'll just delay for now. As he's kind of trying to deal with these thoughts, as Dezi asked him to wait for him also.
We're all at 24 as
Yep.
well, so it's, yeah.
Are you going before Vanarel, Dezi, or not?
If Vanarel wants to go first, that's fine. It doesn't matter to me.
Go ahead, Dezi. You're up front. You have an idea brewing.
Okay, there you go. Dezi's up.
I got another thing for your axe here. It seemed to work pretty well last time. And yeah, I mean, I guess I will take a pot shot at the one that's directly in front of me.
That will hit. Vanarel or Daegron, who's going next of the 2 of you?
I can go next. So Daegron's first action, he's going to step up north so people can get through the doorway here. Oh, we're paused right now. And as he does, he is going to bring this, as the axe kind of starts glowing after Dezi touches it, he brings it around in a wide arc at it. Well, this thing is working great.
That will crit.
Runic weapon.
Runic weapon and fighters. Name a better combo.
I'm all for it.
It is flat-footed now. That was a snagging
Yeah,
strike. Or
it's always the snagging on the my basic ones, since there's no drawback to doing it. And then he'll try to see if he can end it before. Otherwise, he'll set Vanarel up here.
That's gonna finish him. He is 1 HP, and you just hit again.
Nice. So yeah, he brings it down and like chunks it partway into the body, and then brings it up and kind of like finishes it as it kind of falls to the floor. And he's as he kind of grips his head, he kind of like leans against this pillar next to him here.
Vanarel.
All right. Well, Vanarel is going to rush into the room here. Oh. Hey, good job.
You know there's still one more alive. You probably can't see it too well, but you know it's there. That's why you're getting that weird symbol on the map.
Yeah.
You know it's there.
I will continue forward. See if I can actually. Alright, yeah, there is something there in the shadows. I will use my other 2 actions to set up a trigger and a reaction. If some other creature comes out here with the intent to harm us, and it comes within my reach, I am going to clock it with my hammer.
Okay. Yeah, this room, unlike the rest of the place, has not been lit. Everywhere else, there were basically ever-burning torches on the walls everywhere. But this room is in darkness, and that's why you can't see what's there.
Yeah.
But you're about to see it. It's its turn. It does move up to you. You will get your readied action, and you can see it now because it's within light.
Yep, I can see part of it in light, and that's the part I'm going to hit. Hopefully.
You are hitting it.
Alright. Get back! What you are.
Okay, it has 2 actions now to try to get back at you for saying get back to it. Start off with a jaw. That will hit you. And we will need the will save. Minimum damage. And it will follow up with a claw. And it misses. You are sickened 1 as well. No, sorry, you were sickened 2. I might mess that up on Daegron. Daegron is also sickened 2. Okay. Libbiel.
Okay. Libbiel, still being really, really precious with her spells, going to step forward, light this thing up a little bit, and use Livewire.
Which will miss.
Oh well. Lightning damage anyways.
2 points.
And that'll be her turn.
Dezi.
Okay, I guess I don't really have a good line of sight on it, so I'm gonna move into the room to see what's going on. Oh yeah, it's ugly. I am pretty good where I am, so I think I'm just gonna reload and take a shot. Or actually, you know what? I will. These things are evil. We'll try Divine Lance at it.
That will miss. Daegron.
Okay, hearing the sound of battle on the other side, he's going to run around the edge of this pillar here. $25 there. Can he stand there, or is that another pillar in the way?
That's another one of these weird pots, I believe. I'll say
Okay.
you can. I think you're kind of squeezing there. So if that's okay,
He'll just go
stop
right here.
there.
This
Yep.
works.
Because you have seen that these guys had reactive strike. So walking past them, not the best idea.
Yep, and then he will, as he's kind of like holding his head, he comes around swinging the axe to try to help Vanarel here. Oh, and just completely whiffs this as he's like, there's this splitting image of like, I like to would think it's this, if this is envy, almost like an open sea and like a ship and then he's back here, and he kind of just plants it straight into the ground. And then he'll kind of, as he's stepping back, just swing again, trying to do something here.
That will hit.
And it'll be off guard as his kind of like wild flail pushes it back.
Vanarel.
All right, so this thing, another one of these things, I should say, once again came up, bit me, and made me absolutely sick to my stomach. I'm going to take an action here and try to yak on this guy's shoes and try to get rid of the sickened condition just a little bit, because I'm tired of feeling like this. It is a
Fortitude save, yes. You try to retch to clear sickened. That's a critical. That will get rid of both of them for you.
Okay. I shudder to think that I'm getting used to this, but okay, that's fine. I'm going to size this thing up, him and his weird, ugly jaw, and I'm going to put a couple of hammers inside there. I do not like this thing.
That's a crit.
Yes, I really don't like this guy.
Two crits in a row. Very nice. Minimum damage, though. But I think that is still enough, and we are out of combat.
There's a lot of these ugly things.
What are you doing in this room?
I think that they might be the old priests.
What can I try to figure out? Like, do I have any better idea of what these are? I can't remember.
You can give me... Oh, those things? Yes. You can give me a occultism, or I could take the Zen Eddersil lore from Libby.
Oh, she's moved on, but she wants to look at this ring of runes.
Dezi, you do not know what these things are. Libby is looking at the cage and the runes.
Can you unselect whoever you have selected for vision?
There we go.
They can't.
I'll unselect everyone. Give you full vision in that room right now. Yeah. Give me any of the magic disciplines.
So Arcana, of course.
Yeah.
Oop.
You are not sure what this is for. The runes look like they are probably protective of some kind.
Are they powered?
They are active. Yes, it is magic.
Can I use a telekinetic hand to see if I can open this cage?
Sure.
Hello? Is there... Oh, it's locked. Is there anyone in there? Hello?
There's no one in there.
Huh.
What's now? Because I've been wandering around the room. I was actually trying to search the area to the north over here.
Sure.
Or-
Have you just searching? Give me a perception check.
Just as a note, every time while they're all searching, Daegron is kind of like leaning up against the wall,
Trying to get rid of the.
trying to get rid of the sickness.
Yep. You will eventually clear it. That is fine.
Yep, that's his activity for like these 10 minutes or whatever they're doing.
Let's see. On the desk, you do find a number of scrolls and a wand. The scrolls, you can tell what spell they would be. The wand, you will need to spend some time to identify. You also actually, where's the other thing in this room? Is Daegron standing on it? No. There it is. And behind the desk, because you rolled so well, you find a second wand.
Okay. I mean, if we're spending, I will probably spend a minute to identify each of those if I'm able to.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back there and look at these creatures finally. And like, okay, what are these things anyways? So let's hit them that lore check.
I'll need to know which tradition to roll for these, I think.
Okay, let me do that for you, and then I'll give the answer. So here's one of them. So any of them are fine, and the other one, any of them are fine. With Libby's roll, yes, you do know these. These are a creature known as Sin Spawn. You know
Oh,
these are creatures that were created by the Rune Lords, each of whom embraced and embodied one of the 7 sins. The first ones were created by the Rune Lord of Wrath, but since then everyone else has kind of copied. So these are the envy-based sin spawns, which would be the creations of Rune Lord Belmarius, typically dispatched to serve as guards within complexes under that Rune Lord's control.
I'm gonna kind of relay all that.
And what would you want to know about them in particular? Like you can get, a mechanical factor about them.
I would like to know if they have any explicit weaknesses that we can exploit.
They have no weaknesses. They do have resistance to mental damage, and they are impossible to inflict the controlled condition on. Not that I think you could at this level anyways, but
Man, I'm sorry.
yeah, the command wouldn't work on them, but they are very resistant to mental, which I don't think is a major aspect for your party, but it is there. And Dezi failed to identify both of the wands.
Ooh, okay. I will take a look at the circle in the runes and see if I can figure out that before we head out. So.
Okay.
I mean, let me just show you her signature spell. One you probably know pretty well.
Oh, that is true. That would affect them. Yeah, that'd have a hard time effect. Well, it's only resistance to mental damage, and sleep is not controlled, so I don't think they'd actually have any special resistance to that. The resistance is against mental damage. So, and that sleep does not do damage. So,
for the circle, what type of knowledge roll was it?
I would take any of them. Yeah, these runes look like abjuration style. It's protecting something. Seems like it's maybe like slowing down a passage of time, but like not like in a super high level version, just like in a minor version of that.
I'll let the party know about that, and I think I'll point. No mud pit is not on my list. I'm not sure if it's on your list, Libby. Libby, I found this scroll. I don't think I can use it. Did you want it?
I can take it. I can feed it to Bia.
Okay. I mean, I guess if that's what they eat.
Yeah. It will let me increase my repertoire a little bit. I think, as long as it's within the witch.
And I have these 2 wands, which I'm not sure what they'll do. So if we do get some time, maybe you know better.
We'll take a look at them later.
Understood. Yeah, we can keep moving. But Vanarel and Daegron don't look that great either, so I don't know. We might want to spend 10 minutes. I don't know if we can healing or something like that. Some time healing.
Oh, I'm looking and feeling my best. I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that your liver?
No,
Not all of it.
No, that's not that deep. That's just muscle tissue. All right.
Oh.
I can also take a crafting check or an arcana check on some of the features of the items in this room.
Sure.
I would love to know some of the features of these items. Yeah, maybe crafting will be lovely.
Daegron, you think this is a food preparation area for the complex?
Makes sense.
Vanarel, you also think it's a food preparation area. Libby, you're not sure what's going on here, but you know it's not food preparation.
This isn't food preparation, guys.
Dezi agrees with Libby. All you can tell is that the what looks like the top of this weird box that you're all around extends into the ceiling, and you recognize it as looking like it's probably the same thing as one of the spires above ground.
Oh,
Yep, really weird.
So this is one of the bases of one of the spires of Rusthenge. And you see it's connecting to all kinds of things in the room. You see that, there's gears on that are turning, same as the gears on the table to the north. They seem to be in sync. You don't see a connection between them. That's what you see.
I am still a little curious as to what the slow time gauge thing over here is about, but it seems to be empty, so let's not dwell on it.
Well, if you cook meat the right way, you have to do it slow. So that must be.
and there is a lot of salt here.
Yeah.
You both are
Or chalk.
extremely wrong, and I do not have time to explain it.
That is
Let's
a
just
theory,
go.
though.
Are
I
we
don't think we're that far off.
guidance immune still?
You've been rushing pretty fast, so I would say yes. Actually, you haven't
Okay.
done. You've done maybe 1 10-minute, maybe 2 10-minute sets. I think since then of treating wounds, maybe 3, but definitely not 6.
Yeah,
Right.
we might need a break to actually get. I'm like pressing on when Vanarel and Daegron are this low is a little dangerous.
But we don't have any way to heal them.
I mean, we could wait a little bit. We're past. We might be in a relatively safe space because we're past the frogs. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but they were chanting something over there. I hope they did seal up that door. That's very concerning.
Yes, but running just constantly forward when we're all suffering a lot, it could just lead to disaster too.
If we die, we can't save.
Also, I have this liquid which I haven't had a chance to try to identify. It's unusual.
Fine.
Let's set up in here for a bit. Catch our breath.
Is there anything in this room I can use to put in here?
Daegron goes and closes the door.
You think maybe you could so there's the bookcases on the wall. They look built in. You could try to maybe use the crowbar to get them off the wall. Same with the desk. The desk looks very solid, but you could try to see if you can disassemble that with the crowbar and use that to help block it. The large cauldron here with the cables leading to it, it is sagging a bit, so maybe you could manhandle that over there as well. Take a fair bit of work. That's your best guesses.
All right. Well, the only thing she's going to be able to manage to do with her meager strength, she tries all of this. None of it works. She drags this body over that other body. At least get the dead, away from them while they're trying to rest.
I think this is very close to a good place to wrap for the evening. We're at exactly at the 3-hour mark. Let me know though. So this sounds like the plan though will be to a little bit of rest in here. Are you planning to try to get an overnight rest or just a couple 10-minute windows of rest?
Enough where we can heal up this. So maybe wait an hour so we can get at least a heal.
So that's the plan. The plan is
that would be my thought.
Is treat wounds level of resting, not overnight. Got it? And then it sounds like you're planning once you heal to head downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
That's it.
that sounds like a great plan. I will make sure I'm ready for that for next week. And I hope you've all enjoyed today's session. Thank you everyone in chat who was listening along. I really appreciate all of you being here. And everyone say good night.
Good night.
Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.